Welcome to Biomutant Battles. It's been a while since my last video, and since then I've completed this game at level 71 at 194.2 hours, and I decided on a new game plus I was going to try to do something of a walkthrough demonstrating the best ways to beat the bosses that are, some of them are harder, some of them are easier, finding the best gear, how to do that, some of the best ways to do the movement, best ways to explore. Since I've got a lot of really powerful weapons, I figured the easiest way to demonstrate things was to start off bare knuckle. I've got nothing equipped here. I've got no ranged weapons equipped either. As you saw, I do definitely have the Majute because this is a new game plus. I started over here at the Tree of Life. I worked my way all the way around the map. I did not do anything at all. I did, unfortunately, unlock the iBoxes quest, but I didn't do anything with it. Because I did a balanced run the last time around, I decided I'm going to do a dark side run, and since I was only with the Myriad the first time around, this time I'm going to get the other 5 tribal outfits. But I figure I'm going to probably finish with the Enkadi as my tribe, because I want to kill the 4 World Eaters again and demonstrate how that's done. There are some easier ways and some harder ways to do it, and I want to kind of cover that. But the first major boss battle that you're going to run into is with the Wonky Mump here in this little cove, and right before you go to the old village to get your first little childhood flashback. Like I said, this is a new game plus, so I'm doing this run through on extreme difficulty. These are my stats. I got a pretty high crit chance, so hopefully that'll offset this a little bit. But like I said, I'm doing this unarmed because I've got some really powerful weapons, and when you first start off, you really don't. I'm also not going to use any powers, and I'm not going to use any Wong Fu because starting off, you really don't have anything. So you're going to start off, you're going to slide anytime he goes in for that stomp, because if he goes for that stomp and he hits you with it, you're basically screwed. And then you're just going to kind of wash, rinse, repeat. And you just want to kind of keep him guessing, keep him moving a little bit, because the moment he stops, he's going to stomp, and so you just keep fighting him, keep hitting him, keep beating him down, and the moment he stomps, you slide. And there you have it, folks. That's how you take the Wonky Mump down barehanded. Like I said, this is not a joke. This guy's pretty badass. On an extreme difficulty, he hits you with that concrete reinforced column. It's basically game over in one hit. So that's how you beat him. That's the easiest way. And then once you're in this area, really your objective is going to be looking around for anything on the ground level that you can salvage. And you're going to want to kind of remember this area to kind of search some of the larger structures. Once you get the I forget what the Clonk Fist. Once you get the Clonk Fist, you're going to want to come back to some of these other areas. One of the things you want to keep in mind is a lot of the stuff that you're going to find really early on isn't going to be very good, but some of it's going to be really good, especially the stuff that you find up at the top of the buildings. Most of the stuff that you can buy from the vendors, like I've said in a previous video, really is not worth anything at all, other than maybe if you want to break some materials down so you can do some crafting. Otherwise, they're not really worth anything. You're going to be able to get tons of money by some of the stuff that you pick up if you want to sell it to them anyway. Money isn't going to be really too useful unless you're collecting the gnotes. And then, of course, you're going to have to pay for the ones that only the vendors sell. But for the most part, you can scrap really everything else. And as you'll see, I have 99 for everything in scrap. But when you scrap things that 99 is not a fixed number. You actually exceed that number, and as you craft, you will maybe drop back below 99, but you'll see it when it happens. So the 99 isn't a hard cap, it's just a display cap.
Let's see.
So here I am at the old village. Now, because I've been through all of the animations previously, I don't think it's going to trigger anything. Yeah, it doesn't look like it's going to trigger anything. So you can still scout the area around and look for anything that might be hidden. My policy is generally search everything. Earlier on in the game, I found really powerful rifle base that I was not going to be able to use until level 18. And I pretty much held on to that rifle base and used that weapon until about level 45 when I found something I thought was better. So you're really going to find some pretty useful stuff if you search around. I'm going to try not to use too many of the powers until just a little bit later, but really you can do things like, for example, drop a mushroom and then use the blaze to get a pretty good height on it. You can also use that to cross large areas in a quick amount of time, like that, because there's nothing in your way because you're going airborne. So that's one of the movement techniques. Once you unlock those two powers with bio points, I believe the mushroom costs 3 or 4 points. Oh, it's not going to tell me. I'll have to start a game over again to see how much it costs, or, you know, you can just Google it. That's probably what I would do. But they are reasonably cheap. You'll get them pretty early in the game. I would recommend getting both Blaze and the mushroom first, mostly just because of the mobility. Versatility in combat too, though. The Blaze gives you the ability to get out of the way of attacks in a pretty good distance covering method. You can also use it to cover areas that are pretty extensive at a time, like that. Although I caution against doing what I just did because, as you see, I pretty much almost drowned.
Let's see.
Now what we're coming up to is the very first Fluff Hulk fight. And the very first Fluff Hulk fight is kind of interesting because it's interaction between you and your tribe, but you're also fighting the Fluff Hulk. Now, Fluff Hulks have a few main attacks. You'll want to be very careful of them because they hit very hard, and because I'm on extreme, this is going to be interesting.
The tribe's caught a fluffy hulk. Better watch out, it's no pet. They couldn't keep it down. Fluff Hulk's on the loose.
Now, one thing you want to do with the Fluff Hulks is always dodge. Ooh, like, I'm done. Ooh, I'm gonna have to hit a healing item. Or maybe stay away from him and let myself regenerate. But generally what you do is definitely hit some kind of a healing item. What it did was just use my automaton. Now when he does that, he's generally going to do something pretty nasty with that tongue. Ooh, that bite's going to end me. I'm going to have to heal again. Oh no. Oh. Ooh. 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 I dodged right into that. Ooh.
They've received news a Ronin joined the tribe's ranks and were looking forward to meeting you. A group of Jagni warriors are already waiting for you at Myriad's Vespidut outpost. You should hurry there and help them storm the outpost.
Totally dark side.
Mercy is for the weak. The Jagni tribe seek no one's sympathy.
Now obviously this will probably be easier for some of you because you'll also have the gun and you'll have weapons, so you'll do more damage, but that's the basic strategy. I made a few mistakes. I got hurt pretty bad and had to use some healing items, but those are the first two major bosses that you run into on your quest into the world of Biomutant. I'll catch you next time.